What's the most inaccurate thing your child has ever been taught in school? My daughter came home from 3rd grade saying blood is blue inside your body. Her science teacher, Mr. Richards, told the whole class that blood turns red when it hits oxygen outside your body. Before that, it's blue like the veins you see through your skin. I thought she misunderstood. Kids mix things up all the time, but she pulled out her notebook and showed me. Written in her careful handwriting, blood, blue in body, red outside. She'd even drawn a diagram with blue hearts and red cuts. I emailed Mr. Richards that night, politely explained the confusion. Blood is always red. Veins look blue because of how light passes through skin. Basic stuff. He replied immediately, I've been teaching for 15 years. Please don't undermine my lessons at home. The next day, my daughter came back upset. Mr. Richards had announced to the class that some parents don't understand science. He made her stand up and apologize for spreading misinformation. She cried in the bathroom during lunch. I scheduled a meeting with the principal, brought medical textbooks, printed articles from Harvard Medical School, everything. The principal barely glanced at them. Mr. Richards is our most experienced teacher. I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. 2 weeks later, parent-teacher conferences. Mr. Richards doubled down, pulled out an old textbook from 1987 showing blue blood in diagrams. This is what I learned. This is what I teach. Other parents nodded along. Nobody wanted to challenge the veteran teacher. My daughter started doubting everything. If her mom was wrong about blood, what else was she wrong about? She stopped asking me homework questions, started failing science quizzes because she didn't know which answers Mr. Richards wanted versus what was actually true. I contacted the school board. They said curriculum disputes should be handled at school level. I went back to the principal. She suggested I was being difficult, and maybe my daughter would be happier in another class, but switching meant losing her friends, her favorite art teacher. My daughter begged me to drop it. Then came the science fair. My daughter wanted to do a project about blood types. Mr. Richards rejected it. Too controversial since your mother keeps spreading lies about blood. He assigned her a volcano instead. The same project half the class was doing. I'd had enough. I called my cousin, who's a pediatric surgeon at Children's Hospital. She agreed to visit the class for career day. The principal approved it, not knowing our plan. The day arrived. My cousin walked in wearing her scrubs and white coat. Kids were mesmerized. She talked about saving lives, using robots in surgery. Then she asked, who knows what color blood is? Every hand shot up. Blue inside, red outside, they chorused. Mr. Richards smiled proudly from the corner. My cousin's face stayed neutral. She pulled out a sealed tube of blood from her medical bag. This came from a patient this morning. Still inside this tube, no air touching it. What color is it? Dead silence. The blood was clearly red. Dark red, but definitely red. Mr. Richards jumped up. That's been exposed to oxygen through the plastic. My cousin pulled out her laptop, showed a live ultrasound video of blood flowing through a heart, red cells moving through chambers. She explained how hemoglobin works, why veins look blue, kept it simple but accurate. The kids were fascinated. One asked Mr. Richards why he taught them wrong. He stammered about old research, different theories. Then he accused my cousin of confusing the children with unnecessary details. The principal appeared at the door. She'd been watching from the hallway. Behind her stood the superintendent and 2 school board members. Turns out 3 other parents had filed complaints that week about Mr. Richards teaching outdated or wrong information. The blood thing was just the beginning. They found he'd been using textbooks from the 1980s he bought at garage sales, refused to attend training updates, taught kids that Pluto was still a planet, that tongue has taste zones, that Columbus discovered America was round. Years of misinformation. Mr. Richards was placed on leave immediately. The whole 3rd grade had to take assessment tests to figure out what else they'd learned wrong. My daughter scored the highest. She'd been secretly researching everything at home, keeping 2 sets of notes, one with right answers, one with what Mr. Richards wanted. He took early retirement, never admitted he was wrong.